Hey you guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, hello, how you doing? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? So in today's video, as promised, I am going to be trying out the Estee Lauder Doublewear Foundation, which I mentioned in one of my previous hauls. I have never tried this. I feel like I've tried out a lot of foundations and a lot of full coverage foundations, but I've never tried Doublewear. And this is like, I feel like it's like one of the OG full coverage foundations. This was like the full coverage foundation before full coverage was even really a thing, I feel like. So I feel like this doesn't really need too much introduction. I got mine in the shade 2W2, which is rattan, and it says on the back, it's for all skin types, it's proven 24-hour staying power, looks fresh and flawless, lightweight and so comfortable, you won't believe it's long wear. Apparently it won't change color, it won't smudge or come off on clothes, it lasts through heat and humidity, medium to full coverage, matte finish, won't clog pores, oil controlling, oil free, fragrance free, dermatologist and ophthalmologist tested. Don't know if I said that last word right, second to last word right, but it's claiming to do a lot of things. So I thought today I'd finally just sit down in front of the camera and see if this bad boy is actually worth the hype. So let's get into the video. It's a bunnier kind of day. Look, it even has a little tail. I'm gonna wear it like this. Don't be silly, Steph. This is a serious video. Okay, so ta-da! So this is what the bottle looks like. It's like a nice little glass bottle. Obviously, this isn't the cheapest foundation in the world. It is Estee Lauder. Let me just check how much this was actually. I feel like it was around £30 or so. £33.50. So like I said, it's not a cheap foundation, but I mean, it's Estee Lauder. It's not really going to be. So it comes in a glass bottle. Doesn't have a pump. I would like a pump. Just saying, I would appreciate a pump for nearly 35 quid. I mean, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Like, if the foundation is grey, I'm not really going to worry about the fact that it doesn't have a pump. But just saying, I would like a pump. I'm guessing you can buy one separately, but I would just like a pump, all right? Just put a pump on it. So it contains, I don't know, 30 ml, so pretty standard amount. How am I going to do this? I know. I got sent this the other day from Essence. Look. It's a little palette that I can put my foundation in. Okay, let's put some of that right in the center. Don't know how much I'm going to need. I'm going to take like, I was going to say a pea-sized amount, but that's a pretty big pea. Color looks pretty decent. Okay, it's very, very thick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a very, very thick product, which doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I like Milani 2-in-1, so thickness does not bother me. That sounds wrong. So first things first, because I know I do get a few questions when I do these sorts of videos in regards to my skin. My skin is fairly normal, as you can see. I do have a few little breakouts, just like dotted around my face. They're very, very mild, but that usually happens when it kind of changes the season. But generally speaking, my skin is pretty normal. It's a little bit drier than usual right now, because obviously we are getting into the winter months, but it's still, I still wouldn't consider it dry skin. My skin gets slightly oily around the center of my face. I have just applied moisturizer, so it is just looking all shiny right now, but generally like in between my eyebrows, kind of a little bit down my nose, around my mouth a little bit, and on my chin are like my problem areas. But overall my skin is, like I said, it's pretty normal. So to apply my foundation today, I am going to be using the iconic London HD blend brushes. This one is the contouring one. This one here is supposed to be like the foundation all over one, but I found that this one I actually prefer more for like all over my face. So I know in the last video that I did with these brushes, I got a few comments. Some of you guys thought I was lying about liking them, but I mean, you can see this one has been like used and abused in particular. This one as well, like the slightly smaller one, I've been really liking for contour. I really like these brushes. I don't know what else to tell you. So if you didn't see my last video on these are the new brushes from Iconic London. They're kind of like an oval brush sort of shape. Let me just put that down. As you can see, they're kind of like the sort of toothbrush style brushes, but obviously they've got like a normal handle, which I kind of prefer. I like the oval brushes, but they're always a little bit awkward to use. I kind of feel like I'm scrubbing my face with a toothbrush, but these you just kind of use as like a regular makeup brush, so I find them a lot easier. They're very, very soft. They are stunning. Stunning. They come in a set of 4, so you've got 3 kind of like larger face brushes, and then you've got a smaller kind of nose contouring brush. I believe I have a discount code for them as well. If I do, I will put it on screen now. And they're cruelty-free. So like I said, this one here is generally considered like the base brush, but I like to use this one here. It's like the second biggest one. So let's do this. I'm just gonna pick that product up on the brush. And let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna do like a half and half to see what the coverage is like, because we have definitely got some coverage. Yes. And the color seems pretty good as well. That is some serious freaking coverage. Okay. Like, I generally don't have very like pink or red skin, but the difference in that is kind of mad. Let's have a little closer look. Okay, it seems to be blending out really nicely. Go a little bit down the nose. Okay, I see why you guys have been telling me I needed to try this, because you guys know I'm a cake face. And this is like the definition of cake face. It looks really good. I thought it was going to look really matte and kind of powdery. That's literally the reason why I stayed away from this foundation, because I always thought it would be like super like cakey looking. But it actually looks really, really glowy at the moment. We'll have to see how it sets down. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that. All right, and let's do this side. That literally just covered up any of my spots there. Like, you cannot see any redness around my nose at all anymore. It's just like gone. It's blending out really, really nicely as well. Like I said, it is a thick foundation, but it's not like I'm not having to drag it around my face or anything. I'm not struggling to blend it out. You know what? I'm actually going to take the slightly smaller brush, just put a little tiny bit more product on there. And I'm going to see how this like applies underneath my eyes. I could literally get away with wearing no concealer with this. I'd still want to, because more is more for me. More concealer always. But I mean, like, there's not really much more I would want concealed under my eyes. I think I'd probably just rather do it out of habit, because I'm so used to doing it. But I really don't feel like I need it. Like, it's literally just covering. It's literally just covered my entire face. But you can still see my skin through it. It doesn't look thick or anything. We'll obviously have to see how it looks when we put the powder on top. But with how it looks on my skin right now, you can still see the actual texture of my skin underneath. It hasn't gone powdery. It doesn't look overly oily. It just looks kind of like fresh and glowy. And damn. I think because I know it's been around for such a long time that I thought it was going to kind of be like an old-fashioned full coverage where it's like super cakey. But it's really not. And I'm actually buzzing over the fact that I actually got my shade right for once. Good job, Steph. Good job. So now, because I just feel like I kind of have to, because old habits, they die hard, I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm not going to do my usual, but I want to do a little bit, okay? I just want to do a little bit. So I'm just taking some of the Illamasqua skin-based concealer. And I'm going to use my fingers and just tap that underneath my eye. Let's actually see if it makes much of a difference or if I'm just imagining it. Am I just crazy? Or does this actually make a difference? Doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm crazy. But now I've got to even myself up. Yeah, I don't need concealer with this foundation. And I don't quite know what to do with myself. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my favourite Iconic London Illuminator. This one's just in the shade Original. Just pop that on my cheeks. And then I'm just going to blend that out with the same brush that I use for under my eyes. Okay, so that's all blending out really nicely. I mean, you guys know I love the Illuminator anyway, but it's good to kind of see how a foundation blends in with other products. So I'm just going to pop that on my nose. And then, because obviously I haven't done my brows yet, I'm actually just going to press a little bit into my brow bone. It's like the lazy girl's way of highlighting your brows. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and powder everything down using my Laura Mercier powder. And just set my face with that. I'm actually obsessed with that. I was really worried it was going to look cakey, but it really isn't. Like, it's looking a little bit slightly thicker, like around my nose. But I've got a lot of situations going on around like my nose and around my mouth. You saw I had like a few little red spots and everything. Like my skin had just gone a little bit dry around my nose. So you can see a little bit of texture around there. But like, it's not really settling into the corner of my nose or anything. Doesn't seem to be settling into my fine lines around my mouth either yet. Looks good on my nose. It looks really good. I mean, if this holds up throughout the day, I might have found myself a new favorite. All right, guys, so I just quickly went off camera and did the rest of my makeup. I will try and remember to leave all the links to all the products that I've got on my face, like lip color, mascara, eyeshadow, whatever. I've got to say, I'm actually so obsessed with how this foundation looks. Like, powder applied nicely over the top, my contour, my bronzer all applied really easily over the top. It just looks bloody good. So it is now at 10:54 in the morning, so almost 11 o'clock in the morning. So what I'm going to do is go about my day, check in with you guys a few times throughout the day. We'll see what the foundation looks like, and then we'll do my final check-in. All right, I'm back. Meant to do a check-in earlier, but I actually kind of forgot. So it is now, what time are we on? 4:15 in the afternoon. So I've had this foundation on now for about 5 hours or so. And to be quite honest, it doesn't really look any different to how it looked when I first put it on. Let me just go in for a closer look. It's maybe like slightly creased a little bit more around my nose. A little bit more dewy, but like it's still matte enough around like the areas I want to be matte, like the center of my face and everything. It just looks a little bit more dewy, kind of like, I guess a little bit on my forehead, maybe, which, I mean, I'm not mad about because it just makes my highlighter look more popping, which is fine by me. I mean, everything else you can sort of start to see is kind of like breaking up a little bit, like my brow pencil. It's like fading slowly. Obviously, you can see that my lip liner did sort of fade, so I did put a little bit of lip balm on over the top to kind of blend it in. But the foundation is actually looking pretty much exactly like how it was 5 hours ago. So far, so good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go about the rest of my day, and I will check back with you in the evening. Good evening. Got my hot water bottle here with me. So it is now 20 to 11 at night. So we've had this on for nearly 12 hours, and you can see my lip liner is like pretty much gone. My mascara is like starting to flake a little bit around here. I'm looking a little bit more glowy, which I'm not mad about. But other than that, my foundation looks exactly the freaking same. I mean, it's maybe faded a little bit around my nose. I can see a little bit of redness kind of poking through. But, I mean, it literally looks the goddamn same. Hasn't sunk into my smile lines at all. And you guys know that's like, kind of like my main problem area. But it's like, there's like barely anything. There's the tiniest little line here. But honestly, like, it just looks good. It just looks a little bit more glowy, which I'm not mad about at all. I didn't put setting spray on. I didn't do anything like that. It's just stuck to my face in the best possible way. Okay, you guys need to recommend me more makeup products because so many of you have been banging on about this foundation for literally probably like a year or two now. And I've been bad and I haven't listened. Recommend me more stuff because you guys know what's up. So guys, I think it's safe to say that I am a massive fan of Estee Lauder Doublewear. Is it worth the hype? In my opinion, abso-freaking-lutely. Let me know if you've tried it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences. Like I always say in my foundation videos, we all have different skins. So of course, let everyone know in the comments if you've tried this out and let me know how your skin kind of reacted to it. But for me, I've got to say this foundation is a big fat yes. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully some of you found it helpful. I'm now going to go and hop in the shower, scrub this makeup off my face and get into bed. Like I said, I do have a discount code for the new Iconic London HD Blend brushes. So if you do want to check them out, I will leave a link to them down below in the description box with the foundation and everything else I used today. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.